What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another trade of the day. I am back in the cockpit, and it's going to be a good one today. I traded a few things today, actually, all positive trades, all really good trades. I traded the NASDAQ, oil, gold, no, not gold, silver, pound yen, all positive, all great trades. But I want to cover pound yen because I believe that was probably the best trade I had today. Made the most in it, best execution and analysis, and ended up following through pretty nicely. So if you struggle with finding good entry points, when to enter, how to formulate a bias for the trade day, then this is going to be a good one for you. And we'll just hop right on into it. So here's the pound yen chart. And so it hasn't been the super, the cleanest trader lately, but it does have its areas of really interesting, I guess, selling pressure that is for today. And let's replay it. So this morning, it didn't close like this yet because it hasn't been closed yet, but this is the 4-hour candlestick that was heading up, and this is pretty much what we looked like today, except we had a bullish 4 hours. It was up here. And if you take a look at this area right here, this is an area that we've had just a lot of rejection. Even if you extend it over some more, let me extend it over. We had rejection here, rejection here, rejection in here, wick, rejection, exhaustion, all this exhaustion in here. And so we were entering this area again. Not only that, but we are also coming into this trend line here that we've been respecting, creating lower highs, and we are now coming into a fifth lower high point in here. We were coming into this 200-day moving average on the 4-hour. So there was a lot of stacked resistance at this area. And so hopping down to the 30-minute here, let me replay it even farther back. Right in here. Oh, whoops. Right in here. This is where I took my entry. And so it was more of an anticipation trade because this was bullish right here. And so I had taken an entry as it was bullish against this area, expecting price to pretty much play out the way it typically does in this area, is it then completely rejects and ends up with a big wick. And so hopping down the 30-minute, this is where I took my entry right here. So as we were coming up, we closed above, and then we had this nice bearish close. And then after we had printed this lower high bearish candlestick and showing some exhaustion at the upper end here, this is an area that I had taken my short position. Really, all these freaking marks. I have OCD over here. So I took a short here, expecting price to reject this previous high in here and start heading down. And so it was still a little early in the morning. It was around 7 in the morning, 7:30, and volume right now is December, so volume's lighter. No economic headlines. And so it's going to take a little longer to play out. So you have to be patient on this one. But if you move it forward, ended up working out really nicely. And ended up wicking me out and might take profit here. And yeah, so I mean, look, it's just you got to be patient and you got to have conviction in your trade and belief in it, because although I was in and it started pushing up a little bit, I was negative. Really, it was just retesting this structure here and this rejection. And you got to understand where you're at in the higher time frames. Although the hourly closed bullish here, it was still maintaining structure and understanding where we're at in the whole move, understanding that this area here has been a massive rejection zone. And so what do you typically get after this rejection zone? nice move down, nice move down, nice move down, nice move down. Again, nice move down. And that's what we got. Right. So you got to, history doesn't repeat itself, but it rhymes. And it looks very similar to what we've been getting as we've been rejecting this zone. So likely to see farther price action on the downside, but that's basically it on what I was looking at. Using the 4-hour as my main driver and my main bias for the trade. The 4-hour, finding where the exhaustion zones are, where a lot of rejection wicks are, and looking at the overall trend is how we're creating these lower highs. And so that set up my trade. And this could end up being a longer swing trade, but ended up being around a 3-to-1 anyway. So paid nicely on that one. So that's it. Pretty simple, but made a lot of sense. If you have any questions on that analysis, how I formulated that bias, how I managed the trade, leave a question below in the comments section. And if you found it helpful, make sure to like the video, get it out to more people so more people can learn from this. And if you haven't already, subscribe, because we got a lot of good stuff coming. All right, guys, I'm going to leave you at that. Thank you so much for tuning in and watching this lovely video. Any feedback is much appreciated. Have a good rest of your day, guys.